Friends, I want you to think back to this very morning. What was it that first tried to steal your peace? Was it the shrill, insistent scream of the alarm clock dragging you from a pleasant dream? Was it the discovery that someone had finished the coffee and left an empty pot to greet you? Perhaps it was a traffic jam, a sea of red taillights stretching for miles, holding you hostage in your own automobile. Or maybe it was a carelessly worded email from a colleague, its tone striking a sour note that echoed in your mind long after you read it. Now, let me ask you a more important question. Where is that trouble now? Where is the sting of that alarm, the frustration of that empty coffee pot, the anger from that traffic jam? It has vanished, hasn't it? It has faded into the nothingness from which it came, and yet for a moment it held the power to sour your disposition, to cloud your judgment, and to rob you of your precious energy. We go through life allowing ourselves to be ambushed by an endless army of petty annoyances. We allow trifles, things as insignificant as a speck of dust, to become mountains that block our path to happiness and success. I once knew a man, let's call him Mr. Henderson. He was a titan of his industry, a brilliant businessman with a mind as sharp as a razor, respected by all who knew him. He had built an empire from the ground up. He commanded boardrooms and negotiated deals worth millions. Yet, this giant of a man worked himself into a state of nervous exhaustion, not over a stock market crash, not over a hostile takeover, but over a squeaking door in his office. A squeaking door. It began subtly, a faint squeak whenever his secretary entered. At first it was a minor irritation. Soon it became a distraction. He found himself pausing mid-sentence, waiting for it. The sound began to follow him home. He would be sitting at dinner with his low belly family, and in a moment of silence he could almost hear it. Squeak, squeak, squeak. It haunted his sleep. He grew irritable, snapping at his staff for the smallest of errors. His wife asked him what was wrong, but how could a man of his stature admit he was being defeated by a hinge in need of oil? He magnified this triviality until it consumed him, until this tiny, insignificant sound cast a giant shadow over his entire life. Is this not the very definition of madness? We are fighting battles with shadows, and the tragedy is we are letting the shadows win. Now contrast Mr. Henderson with a figure like Theodore Roosevelt. Here was a man who was shot in the chest on his way to give a speech. Did he panic? Did he fly into a rage? No. With a bullet lodged in his ribs, he insisted on proceeding, telling the stunned crowd, "It takes more than that to kill a bull moose." Here was a man who faced monumental challenges, political enemies, international crises, immense personal loss, yet he cultivated a spirit of robust joy. He refused to be diminished by discomfort or annoyance. We, on the other hand, who have not been shot in the chest, allow our day to be ruined by a slow internet connection. We are carrying a sack filled with heavy pebbles, pebbles of resentment, worry, and irritation, and we refuse to simply set it down. But what if I told you there is a way to become immune to these daily pinpricks? What if you could walk through the swarm of life's little troubles as if you were wearing an invisible coat of armor? The secret does not lie in changing the world outside of you. You will never eliminate every traffic jam, every thoughtless comment, every squeaking door. The secret, my friends, lies in the one thing over which you have absolute sovereign control, your own mind. The great Roman emperor and philosopher Marcus Aurelius, reigning over a vast empire fraught with war and plague, wrote in his private journal these immortal words: "If you are pained by any external thing, it is not this thing that disturbs you, but your own judgment about it, and it is in your power to wipe out this judgment now." Think of the profound freedom in those words. Nothing on this earth can bother you unless you give it permission to. The event itself is neutral. The rain that cancels your picnic is the same rain that saves a farmer's crop. The event is just water falling from the sky. It is your interpretation, your judgment that it is a terrible, day-ruining event that gives it its sting. The power to feel disturbed is a power you willingly hand over to circumstances that do not deserve it. Today, I am asking you to take that power back. Imagine your mind is a great kingdom. You are its sovereign ruler. Are you standing guard at the gates, wisely deciding what is allowed to enter? Or have you abandoned your post, allowing any passing marauder, a stray insult, a minor inconvenience, a fearful rumor to storm your castle, plunder your treasury of peace, and set fire to your halls of happiness? You are the king. You must rule your domain. Let's try a small exercise right now. I want you to think of one small thing that bothered you today. Perhaps it's still nagging at you. Do you have it? Good. Now, I want you to mentally step back from it, as if you were an impartial scientist observing an event. Strip it of all the emotional language you've attached to it. That idiot driver who cut me off becomes a blue car moved into my lane. That insulting comment from my boss becomes my boss spoke words regarding my report. See how this simple act of reframing drains the poison from the event? You are taking back control. You are realizing that the only thing that was ever truly in your power was not the other car, not your boss's words, but your own response. This is the key to the inner citadel, the fortress of your mind that no outside force can ever conquer. How then do we begin to build these new habits of mind in our daily lives? We begin by employing a simple yet profoundly effective psychological principle championed by the great Harvard psychologist William James. We must act as if we are the person we want to become. Professor James made a revolutionary discovery. He found that, contrary to popular belief, action does not follow feeling. Rather, feeling follows action. He famously stated, "We don't laugh because we're happy. We are happy because we laugh." The physical act comes first, and the emotion is generated as a result. If you want to be brave, you must act as if you are already brave. And if you wish to be untroubled by the ceaseless parade of petty vexations, you must, with conscious effort, act as if nothing bothers you. When the next annoyance appears, and it will, I assure you, before you even find your car in the parking lot, I want you to consciously choose your response. Instead of scowling when someone takes the parking spot you were waiting for, I want you to straighten your shoulders, lift your chin, and put a calm, composed, even amused expression on your face. You might even force a small smile and give a gracious wave. Instead of muttering a complaint under your breath, say to yourself, "This is of no consequence to me, I wish them well." Let's try it right now, right here in our seats. I want everyone to slump down, frown, and clench your fists. Feel the tension? Now try to feel happy. It's impossible, isn't it? Your body is sending a message of distress to your brain. Now, reverse it. Sit up straight and tall. Unclench your jaw. Relax your shoulders. Put a slight, genuine smile on your face. Take a deep, slow breath. Your body is now sending a message of calm and confidence to your brain. You are, in essence, sending a powerful command from your body back to your mind. You are playing the part of the calm, unflappable individual you aspire to be. At first, it will feel like a performance. You might say, "But isn't this dishonest? Isn't it fake?" I say to you, is it fake for an athlete to drill emotion over and over until it becomes second nature? Are they being dishonest when they practice a golf swing? No, they are training their muscles. In the same way, you are training your emotions. You are forging a new habit of thought, a new neural pathway that bypasses the old, worn-out road of automatic irritation. If you continue this practice, I promise you the mask will become the face. The act will become your new reality. To aid in this practice, you must learn to be a ruthless gatekeeper of your thoughts. Picture your mind not just as a room, but as the pristine, sunlit control center of your entire life. From this one room, all your decisions, your emotions, and your actions are directed. Would you allow someone to walk in with muddy boots and track filth all over the controls of a vital power plant? Of course not. Then why do you allow worries, resentments, and minor frustrations to do the same to the control center of your life? You must practice active mental house cleaning. I want to give you 3 practical techniques you can use immediately. First is the stop sign technique. The moment you feel yourself beginning to spiral into anger or frustration over something trivial, I want you to vividly imagine a large, red, octagonal stop sign right in front of your face. This simple, jarring image is often enough to break the emotional pattern and give you the crucial second you need to choose a different response. Second is the worry budget. You budget your money, you budget your time. Why not budget your emotional energy? When an annoyance arises, ask yourself this question: Is this matter worth 5 minutes of my life's peace? Is it worth 10 minutes, an hour? Frame it as a financial transaction. You are paying for this anger with your limited and non-refundable supply of happiness. Is it a good purchase? 99 times out of 100, you will find the cost is far too high. You wouldn't pay $100 for a nickel, so stop paying with your precious peace of mind for a meaningless irritation. Third is the gratitude shift. Our minds cannot focus on two opposing emotions at once. The moment you feel annoyed by what you lack, be it time or a better parking spot or a faster computer, immediately force yourself to name 3 things you are grateful for in that very moment. If you're stuck in traffic, you can be grateful for the music on the radio, for the comfort of your car, for the fact you have a job to travel to. This act instantly starves the negative emotion of the attention it needs to survive and replaces it with the powerful, positive emotion of gratitude. My friends, the time we have on this earth is tragically short. It is a fleeting, precious gift. We are all given the same 24 hours in a day, the same 1,440 minutes. Are we going to squander its golden minutes, its irreplaceable hours, in a state of self-inflicted agitation over things that will be utterly forgotten by tomorrow? Or will we choose to live with a sense of poise, purpose, and profound inner peace? This is not just about avoiding small annoyances. This skill, this ability to remain unbothered by the trivial, is the very foundation upon which great lives are built. It is the secret of effective leadership, the bedrock of deep and lasting relationships, the wellspring of creativity, and the source of unshakable happiness. The person who is not thrown off balance by minor setbacks is the one who can steer the ship through a true storm. The parent who is not irritated by a spilled glass of milk is the one who can create a true sanctuary of love and calm for their children. Make a pact with yourself today, not a flimsy resolution, but a new charter of freedom for your life. Vow to stop magnifying trifles. Vow to stop being a slave to circumstance. When you are tempted to frown, smile instead. When you are tempted to complain, remain silent and find something to be grateful for. When you feel the hot flush of anger over a petty slight, take a breath, see the stop sign, and let it go. Act as if you are a person of immense calm and inner strength, and you will become that person. Walk out of this room today, not as a victim of life's little annoyances, but as the sovereign ruler of your own inner world. Your first test may be in the car park. It may be the queue for the bus. Meet it with your new strength. Meet it with a calm smile. Meet it by acting as if nothing bothers you, and you will discover, to your everlasting delight, that you have stepped forward into the magnificent, peaceful, and powerful life that you were always meant to live